I'm Judy Shaw for NYSE Floor Talk. Joining me today is Anna Fabrega. She is CEO at local Bounti. Anna, it's wonderful to have you here. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure. So now, Anna, tell me about local Bounti.
Local Bounti is a controlled environment agriculture company. So what that means is that we use a combination of vertical farming and greenhouse farming to grow leafy greens and living lettuce using 90% less water and 90% less land, and with significantly higher productivity, throughput, and shelf life for our customers.
Okay. Now, you are relatively new to the role of CEO. You were brought in by the co-founders of Local Bounti to take over the reins. So tell me, Anna, what's your vision for scaling the company, and how do you think the experience or your experience will contribute to achieving this goal?
Yeah, so I'll start at maybe a higher level. By 2050, the world's going to need 50% more food. And we're finding that with climate change, there's less and less land that is as productive as it can be. And so at a super high level, the goal is to figure out how can we grow fresh produce and get it to people without having the supply chain disruption of climate change and without overusing our resources like water. So that's kind of the high level goal. The strategy and what I think I bring to the company is, we have 4 facilities right now. We are scaling up our technology, and what you find is it's so much different than conventional farming. It is almost like pure manufacturing at this point, because we are able to be so precise with the inputs that go into how we grow the product. And so what we started to do is really shift our thinking to how can we bring operational excellence to the way that we are growing this produce in order to drive greater efficiency, greater return on invested capital, and shareholder value.
Okay, so now you talk about climate change. Tell me, how do you plan to leverage Local Bounti's technology to address climate change challenges and make fresh produce more accessible to a wider audience?
Yeah, I mean, again, by using 90% less water, because we recycle water with our technology, and using so much less land, we're able to put, and because we're so controlled in terms of the inputs in the environment, we are able to put our farms, our facilities, anywhere we want, because we can control all of those environmental factors, which allows us to provide local produce to anyone. So right now we grow leafy greens, we have berries on our roadmap, and so you imagine at some point in the future, you'll be able to get fresh, super sweet local berries in New York in the dead of winter, right? Which you can't really do today. So that's really how we're trying to leverage the technology. We're also making investments in how do we continue to reduce carbon footprint, how do we get closer to a carbon neutral product, and making investments in solar power as well.
All right, so Anna, this is personal for you. You grew up on your dad's fresh produce farm back in Panama. So tell me, how do you intend to bring that personal passion to your role as a CEO?
Yeah, I mean, I think growing up, when I was in Panama, we ate almost nothing that was processed. Everything was fresh. Everything came from the local area. So my dad's farm actually grows teak wood, and I witnessed firsthand over the years how much climate could impact the crops. How much, when El Nino first started, how hard that was for them to mitigate the things that were happening that were out of their control. And so for me, it's really about how can we ensure a food supply, a sustainable food supply to the population.
All right, well, Anna, I can't wait for those fresh berries in winter. Fresh, sweet berries.
That's right, super sweet.
It's been wonderful to talk with you. Thanks for joining me on Floor Talk.
Thank you so much.